Welcome guys, we're back again. We have another question from one of our subscribers, and this time it's all the way from, not down under, actually it all depends which one we do first. Anyway, this time it's all the way from South Africa.
Yep.
The guy says he's a law student, never really liked suits, which is quite ironic, but through our channel and what we've been doing, he's started to gain an appreciation for suits, and really just wanted to get an understanding as to what did we do before we got into suits. And I can't remember, did he ask, how did we get into it, or just what did we do?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Right, yeah. Cool. So
yeah.
Joshua, go ahead.
Yeah, before we got into suits, it's the usual route really. Well, if there is a usual route, university, college, the university, then going, being a graduate, having a graduate job, and then transitioning into the suits. So to give you a bit more context, when I was in, when I finished college, I went to university to study pharmaceutical science. So I went down the science route. I went down that path, and from university, I had a sales job. I had a sales job. So I was working as a pharmaceutical rep, a medical rep. So I was selling medical equipment, pharmaceutical products. So if you could think of the film like Love and Other Drugs, I was doing that. That's pretty much the job. There's a film called Love and Other Drugs.
Okay, I've never
heard of it. Jake Gyllenhaal, Annie Hathaway. Check it out anyway. So yeah, so if you could think of that film, that's exactly what I was doing, and pretty much I loved it. I had to wear a suit every day, driving around town, selling these things, and for me, one big part of the job was giving that first impression. When I walked into a room to sell something, I wanted them to think, whoa, who's this guy? He looks sharp, he must be successful. Okay, cool, let me listen to what he has to say. So I used to always take pride in my appearance and the way I wore my suits and the way I put my pieces together. It was from that appreciation of wearing suits that I thought, you know what, I need to get a better suit. I couldn't find a better suit anywhere else that could fit within my graduate budget. So that's when Morts More came about. Yeah. For me, that was my journey. That was my personal journey. So
my journey was very, very similar to Joshua. Again, from college, I went into university and down the sciences route, but slightly different, down the computer sciences route. I did multimedia computing in university for 4 years, or 3 years, not including the placement year. Then I came out of uni. I was like, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure which direction to go in. I had a friend of mine who was working in sales at the time, or had previously been working in sales. And I was like, you know what, I think I could do this. So I looked for a sales job. Working in an office again, wearing suits every day, just wasn't finding the right suits. So I was working in my field. I worked in various different sales. So started off in conference sales, selling to the oil and gas industry, the likes of Shell, BP, ExxonMobil, blah blah blah, loads of different people like that. Then worked in the financial services sales, just a lot of media sales essentially. Did that for 6.5 years before coming full-time on Morts More. But yeah, in that period I was wearing suits all the time. I probably had about 3 suits in my wardrobe, but every time I'd buy a suit I was never happy with the fit. I would always take it back to go and get adjusted, and try and get the best fit possible, and even with adjustments I was never quite getting there. So it got to a point where when the idea of Morts More, or our old company essentially, was formed, you know, I was like, perfect, I love wearing suits. I even had one job where everybody wore casual, but I was like, I miss wearing suits. So like one day a week I'd come in wearing a suit, and people were like, oh, you going to a meeting today? No, I just wanted to wear a suit today. I was tired of wearing jeans every day. You know, I just thought it didn't really say much. From that, you know, that's where Morts More came about, and since then, I thought I loved suits or enjoyed suits then. I didn't know the deepness of love that I could have. Yeah.
And so that's it.
That was our journey.
We just learned, and we studied, and we learned, and we studied, and we travelled, and we saw everything, and we've taken everything in. So here we are, Morts More, suit aficionados. So
to break it down, we're not classically trained in tailoring, but we have a passion for it, and we're students of the game. We're always learning. We're always, you know, seeking new things, trying new things.
Yeah.
And
and this is it. And this is why this channel is more like a forum. It's not just a place where you come to learn from just us, it's a place where you come to learn from everybody. So if you watch the videos, also make sure you read the comments, because there's a lot of good comments in there where people are teaching and giving extra information. Someone asks a question, someone else comes back and answers it with even more detail than we may have come with. So look, we don't claim to know everything, but our community does. So if you get involved in the community, you will definitely learn, you will definitely contribute something. So yeah.
Exactly. Cool. So we hope we've answered the question. We hope that you guys have found this interesting.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for us as well, you can leave it in the comments below or send us an email at ask@mortsmore.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels, which are Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Yeah. And then until next time, guys.
If you can get this bit right, I'll be very impressed. I think this is actually the toughest part. For us.
You don't work out.
I saw this bloke, and he walked into a room once looking absolutely spectacular. Every single person looked around. I need to walk into a room and have that. I want to feel like that. When I actually met up with these guys and said, look, I've been recommended to you, I realised that what I was actually getting wasn't something that was a suit. I then rolled my suits from Morts More around the world. I spoke on the largest stages for the largest companies with celebrities that you couldn't imagine. There is no way on earth that Morts More are a tailoring company. They've enabled me to regain my confidence. Morts More are in the business of enabling self-confidence. And for that, I'd like to thank you.